Racial discrimination ain't dead. It ain't dead. Folks might be scared to say the N-word publicly or something like that, or you might be able to go into your restaurant of choice and sit wherever you want to sit. You ain't got to move to the back of the bus. You can go to whatever school you want to go to and all this kind of shit. But don't you dare think that racial discrimination is dead. Don't you think it, because it ain't. It ain't. It ain't. How you know that first? What's your evidence of that first? It's dead. Systemic racism is a farce. It's woke. Oh, first, you so woke. Bullshit. I got evidence. Here's a stat for your ass, coming from an expert on the matter of racial discrimination, particularly when it comes to housing. The quote states, the black-white home ownership gap and the Latino-white home ownership gap today are both wider than they were in 1968 when we passed the Federal Fair Housing Act. Let me run that back for y'all one more time. And this quote is coming from a queen. I should have written down the queen's name. All right. But I'm going to share a link, okay, in this description to this CNN video where you can see this queen say these words, okay, where it's talking about the Navy federal discriminatory actions. Okay, well, I should say when it talks about Navy federal discriminatory actions when it comes to lending to black people. Okay, the video is about that, and you'll see this queen in the video say these words: the black-white home ownership gap and the Latino-white home ownership gap today are both wider than they were in 1968 when we passed the Federal Fair Housing Act. So this shit makes it seem like Dr. King and the countless soldiers in the civil rights movement did all that shit for nothing. At least when it comes to housing. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Before we do, though, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I am your homeboy first. And this is the realest, most entertaining show in the game. Put it on some again. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button, put all of your people on it. Okay. A lot of folks like to ignore shit like this. A lot of people don't understand this shit is going on. A lot of my people, I'm talking about my people now. A lot of black people feel like ain't these white folks ain't doing it. White folks scared of you and all this kind of dumbass shit. Cause ain't nobody walking up to you and calling you mammy or mammy, I should say, excuse me, mammy and gal and boy and nigga and jigaboo. Okay, because they ain't doing that. Motherfuckers think, oh, everything's sweet. No, it ain't. Deion Sanders at Colorado, shit must be sweet. No, it ain't. Folks clap for LeBron James with white people clap for the black boys in the NBA when they dunk the ball and when they shoot them threes. No, it ain't. This is the shit. This is that real shit. All that other shit, that's entertainment. This is that real shit right here. Racial discrimination ain't dead, Jack. Shit alive and well. This comes from an article from CNN, okay? But again, I know a lot of motherfuckers don't like to read, so I'm gonna put the link to the video in the description. But the article says the nation's largest credit union rejected more than half its black conventional mortgage applicants. Okay. And this article was published on Thursday, December 14th. Okay. I ain't gonna read this whole goddamn thing to you, but I'll read you some of it. It says the largest credit union in the United States has the widest disparity in mortgage approval rates between white and black borrowers of any major lender. A trend that reached new heights last year, a CNN analysis found. Navy Federal Credit Union, which lends to military service members and veterans. Look at that shit, y'all. So this shit supposed to cater to those who have served the damn country. But then look at what the black servicemen and women and their families had to go through. Okay. Says Navy Federal Credit Union, which lends to military service members and veterans, approved more than 75% of the white borrowers who applied for a new conventional home purchase mortgage in 2022, according to the most recent data available from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. But less than 50% of black borrowers who applied for the same type of loan were approved. Okay. Let's get jumped down somewhere, because I know some motherfuckers are going to want to act like, well, of course, black folk probably ain't got their business. You know, black folk probably got enough money down, or black folks ain't got the same salary or income coming in, all that kind of shit. Let's go down here. It said the disparity remains even among white and black applicants who had similar incomes and debt-to-income ratios. Notably, Navy Federal approved a slightly higher percentage of applications from white borrowers making less than $62,000 a year than it did of black borrowers making $140,000 or more. So I can be 80,000 up on a white person going for the same fucking loan, and I might get rejected while their ass will get approved. Racial discrimination ain't dead. And it's time we stop acting like it did. We saw George Floyd under the knee of that puss-ass cop and shit like that, and we got lit. But I swear, I just really feel like if it wasn't for that COVID lockdown, motherfuckers wouldn't have hit the street like that. See, there wasn't no distractions. You had to deal with that shit. That shit was in your face. You had to deal with it. And a lot of folks was tired of being in the house in the goddamn way. So then we hit the street. But then when the boys started back playing basketball and football and all that kind of shit, motherfuckers went back in the house and got quiet. Wow, this shit right here still going on. Come on, man. Racial discrimination ain't dead, Jack. Shit ain't dead, Jack. Back to the article. A deeper statistical analysis performed by CNN found that black applicants to Navy Federal were more than twice as likely to be denied as white applicants, even when more than a dozen different variables, including income, debt-to-income ratio, property value, down payment percentage, and neighborhood characteristics, were the same. More than twice as likely to be denied when all the shit was the same. Racial discrimination ain't dead, Jack. The shit ain't dead. And my ass been up here. I've been watching that damn, what's the one with Rob Gronkowski? He's in some goddamn commercial. Oh, it's not Navy Federal. He's in something else that caters to military community and shit like that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sign up for that. My father wasn't a Marine, and I'm a fatherless child. But goddamn it, the one thing that I respect and can have some pride in about my father, for real, is his military service. Okay. Part of the reason I wear his ring right now, his Marine ring. Okay. So I'm like, shit, y'all talking about y'all cater to not only military members, but also their families. I'm like, shit, maybe I'll sign up for this and maybe I get somebody being this man's son. But then I see this type of shit. I'm like, damn. I was thinking that, if I join this, maybe they're going to treat you right because it's the military. Even though you're black, maybe they're going to treat you right even though it's military. I don't know why I was thinking that, because I know I'm, former history teacher. I know how they've discriminated against black people, even in the goddamn military. But, I try to be more optimistic. Folks be saying I'm so pessimistic. Y'all be saying America is cooked and and shit, I need to leave this bitch and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to be optimistic. Then I get bam with this. And the thing I'm thinking about with Rob Gronkowski has been advertising, that's USAA. Okay. And I'm not trying to say that they are guilty of this as well. I'm just saying I was thinking that maybe, or hoping, it probably was hope that, okay, these folks gonna try to do right by you because it's military base. Navy Federal said, hold on, Jack. Let me make you think twice. Let me make you think twice. Shit's fucked up. Shit's fucked up. So I challenge y'all out there, man. All y'all real ones, man. Start talking to your kids about this shit. All these little nuances, all these slick ways that we're still getting fucked over in this damn country. Okay? Because if you don't, these kids be out here thinking that shit's sweet. Okay? The movement ain't in 1968 with the murder of Dr. King, or with the passage of the Fair Housing Act. And some people like to act like that was the culmination of the civil rights movement. Well, we see, based on this quote again, I'm gonna read this shit again, man. We see that the black-white home ownership gap and the Latino-white home ownership gap today are both wider than they were in 1968 when we passed the Federal Fair Housing Act. I've seen other data that says that like we most segregated than we were even then. I've seen data that show that the racial wealth gap has actually increased since the civil rights movement. Racial discrimination ain't dead. So the revolution can't be dead either. Because whether they say it to your face or not, systemically, black people are still being treated like niggas. Put it on some.
Please subscribe to my daddy's YouTube channel because the more subscribers he gets, the more attractive he looks to sponsors. The more attractive he looks to sponsors, the more money he can make. And the more money he can make, the more money he can spend on me.